Hey guys, welcome to the show. Today I'm going to make a video showing you the differences in the Jobo reels, okay? So I made a video a long time ago saying I would talk more about Jobo. I've been, postponing it for a very long time, but suddenly I've decided it's about time I do these videos and explain things. So I'm going to make it very simple. First of all, thank you to our sponsor, camerastore.com, camera with a K, store.com. They are shipping from Europe, ton of gear. I highly recommend them. So yeah, thanks for sponsoring this video, camerastore.com. So first thing, when you're talking about Jobo, they've been around forever. A lot of people probably know them already, mostly for the processors. They do a really good job for color processing at home at a normal expense. They are not cheap processors to buy new, but they last for so many years. So in the investment in the long run is great. Also, great thing is the secondhand market is full of them all over the place. Some need a little tender love and care, but they still work really nicely. So getting to the reels, which is what a lot of people get confused. There's different reels, different systems and such. It's a very simple system, but it takes a little bit of time to understand how it works. So first of all, we have the 1500 series reels, which are these white ones, which are probably super burnt on the image. And these black ones, which are also transparent sometimes, which are the 25,000 series, okay? So these both do exactly the same thing. This one will take one roll of 135 or 35 millimeter film. We'll take two rolls of 120, one and then the next, which I'll show you how it's pretty cool. And also we'll take a roll of 127 film, that forgotten format that a lot of people love for your Rolly, Baby, Yashica 44, etc. Amazing little spool that can do all three formats at different times. Then we have the 2500 series, which does exactly the same as this one. Why are they different? I'll show that later with a third reel. So let's start with this one. Actually, this one is overexposed, so let's start with this one. First and foremost, this is how they look when they're 35. Okay, so how did I do that? You just turn one way. One way you can't turn, so turn a little bit more, and there you go. You've made them into two parts. Second, we can push it. There's a way to go in, so just check that. There's some grooves inside there, and there's some grooves inside here that work together to make the reel. So yeah, 35, open, and it's ready. So basically that's 35 millimeters. I'll show you how to load it, but you can, midway, you've got the 127 format, which is there. It's around 4 centimeters, 40 millimeters. And then all the way open, not all the way there, all the way about to open, you've got the 120-220 format, which is there, okay? Good thing about this is it takes two rolls of 120, okay? Most tanks don't do that, or reels, Patterson, AP and such don't. The Nikon Steel and all that, or Nikkor don't, but this one does. How does it work? Basically, you load the first one and you keep on spooling all the way till you feel it in the end. And how do you feel it? Well, you see my fingers, my index finger here is in this little part that's kind of like cut in. You can feel it there. And this little part, so that's where my fingers rest. And then my thumbs are on the beginning of the entrance of this. So you got to feel it all the way in, going in, going in, going in. And when it goes all the way to the end, and you can feel that on the corner. I'll show you that when I load or roll in another video. But when you go all the way to the end, you grab this plastic little piece and you snap it down. What I do is I grab the end of the roll, I try to pull it out and it won't let you, and that means the lock is in the right place. If by any chance there's some weird wiggle, then maybe you put it on wrong. Do this with the light first. I'll show you that in the video after loading this and whatnot. But that's how it works. And now you can put a second roll and they won't overlap. So what will happen is the rolls will be separated inside the reel and won't be overlapping, which would mean one roll would get developed and the other one wouldn't. So that's a big issue if you're doing two rolls. Second, for 35, it's just simple. There's no two rolls, you just spool it all the way in, as I'm saying, with your fingers exactly in those index finger rests, and you keep on going, spool, spool, spool. I'm actually holding it the wrong way, but you get the image. That's how you do it. Very simple, no little stainless steel little balls that rust, that get stuck with, rest of chemistry and whatnot. These are plastic, they work really well. I've had some that are so old that they still work great. These are new old stock. Actually, you can see the box here. This box is no longer the one that comes with these. But yeah, these are amazing things. Brand new. This one works exactly the same. You can make it 35, small. You can make it, sorry guys. You can make it 120. 2 rolls of 120 work here too. And you can make it the other size, which I can't see there, but works in there. There, sorry. It's kind of hard to do things on video sometimes, and it doesn't want to go in. 35. I wonder. Well, these do both sides too. I don't know if these do 4x4. I'm doubting it, but this does 120 and 35. I don't know if I can not set it up right now. I've never done 127, but the other one does. This one maybe does, maybe doesn't. But still, 2 rolls of 120, same thing. So why is it different diameter? Why would they have same redundancy with same reels and just one bigger, which this takes more chemistry? Well, that is for, and let me open it because I just closed it. That is for 4x5. So you guys do sheet film, this is the reel you want. This is the 2509N, as in Nico's photography show. That wasn't why they put the N. And this one has some cool settings too. You've got it in 4x5 there. Takes 3 sheets on one side, 3 sheets on the other side. Of course, I'll make a video just for that. And basically, you can do the same thing. You can open, that's 9 by 12 centimeters. That's the European sheet size film that still is kind of current. Ilford does it, Foma does it, Kodak does it. If you do the special order, you have $13,000 in your pocket to order. And then you can also do the 6.5 by 9, which is like the sheet film for medium format cameras or mini Graflex babies and whatnot. Not all the people do that, but still nice that you can develop it at home. But 4x5 is usually the most common thing. This has the little insert from the reel. So this does 4x5, and it uses these little plastic pieces that are a nightmare to put in the darkroom. You have to get used to it. I'm pretty good at it by now. But yeah, it takes time. This actually agitates, there's 2 of them. This agitates the chemistry to go in a constant good flow to develop your 4x5. I've done hundreds of sheets of 4x5 color and E6 on this, on a processor, and it works so good. So don't think this is a silly system. It works really well. Uses very little chemistry if you're doing rotation. So that is why this tank came in this series of reels and not the tiny ones. So if you're doing processing in a processor and you want to do 4x5 and 120 and 35, this is the great system for you. If you're all about 120 and 35 and you want to do it by hand, you can use these little smaller tanks that you can, rotate with your hands. Takes less chemistry. This does the classic 500 milliliters. It says it somewhere there, 485. 500 if you want to be safe. Rotation is 240, which is awesome. So yeah, I make another video just on all the reels, on all the tanks and the lids and how they work with the system, with the core and such, because it's not complicated, but you understand that a lot of people get confused because there's different sizes, different names and whatnot. But the good thing about Jobo, and the reason I invested a lot of money and time into Jobo, is the fact that they're all pretty much modular, so you can grow with the system. You start with a little tiny tank and you're just doing, let me see if you guys can see that. Maybe you start with this little tiny tank and you're doing, 110, there's some reels for that, 126, some reels for that. Did I say 127? Maybe it's 126. 135, 2 rolls of 120 or 1 roll of 220. And if you want to start with this and you're doing it at home because, you're a student, you're starting, or you're new and you're starting, and then you're like, oh man, I'm shooting so much more, I want a bigger tank. You can just buy an extension, buy the same reels, and it'll work. And then you've got a bigger tank and you can still be doing your rotation and whatnot. If suddenly you're like, oh, I want to use a processor because I want to do C41 E6, you grab this, you change the plastic cap to the tooth little cap, this little part comes off. There's a video by CatLABS showing you that. It's basically a screwdriver and pop it off. And you can be doing rotary. You don't need to get all those Patterson or AP tanks, trash them all or sell them all, give them to a school or a local darkroom or whatever, and then buy Jobo all again. You can just continue growing with your photography. To me is an amazing thing that you don't have to continuously dump and get new stuff. Same thing happens with the expert tanks, but those are tanks that I will show when I talk only about tanks and the different models and the different sizes and whatnot. But this was only for reels. I wanted to show you guys the differences between the 1500 series, the sheet film series, and the 2500 series, and how they work. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, ask me anything you want about Jobo. There'll be more videos coming down the road. This video, as I said, is sponsored by camerastore.com. So thank you to them for making this video possible, and thank you for those guys that watch this. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have any doubts or you want to see something specific from Jobo, and I will get my hands on it because I have a lot of gear from it and make that video for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.